Hey guys, welcome to The Beat Goes On, where I get to sit down with the bands that you get to see on stage and give you a little background information on who they are when they're not on stage. Today I am sitting down with two of the members of Show Me God.
Hello.
Guys, thanks for sitting with me. Okay, come on, Mike. You got to give me more than just a hello. How about hello and who are you?
My name's Michael James. I am the bass player in Show Me God sometimes.
Sometimes the bass player? What are you when you're not the bass player?
Just push play and away we go.
All right. And
William Savicki, scapegoat character, and I scream.
you scream. You do scream, and you get the audience really riled up. If anybody is listening that has been to a show, you know that William, a.k.a. Build the Rest of Us, is one of the front singers and one of the greatest for getting the crowd riled up and into the songs. I want to start with Mike. Number one, we're sitting in Show Me God's space. I am in Creepsville, and it's probably one of the coolest practice spaces I've gotten to hang out in. I thought St. Madness's space was cool, and it is very cool. It's St. Madness Bad Manor is 28 years of memories on the walls, and in that space. This is Creepsville is. I just walked into a circus.
We want you to know you belong here.
Right. And it's not overwhelming. Okay, it was the first time I was here. But I've gotten used to it, and I walk in and look for what's changed. What have they added to it? What new stuff can I find hanging on the walls or sitting around that I didn't see last time? Last time I was here, you guys had added the swing set. So yes, they have an actual swing set in their space. They've got a giant bird cage. I will get some pictures to go with this.
It's going to be in our new video.
Nice. Very cool.
Or some video footage we have coming out.
Fantastic. So, Mike, let's get a little background on you, because you are definitely not new to Phoenix's music community.
Right.
You've been around for years and years and years.
Seems like lifetimes.
I can understand that. I can totally understand that.
Hard living.
So I know you were a part of Crushed, and you had
I sent you a video last night.
You did
Somebody
send me.
just posted that. I don't know.
Well, you sent it to me, and I forwarded it to Patrick Flannery of St.
Right.
Madness, because I happen to know he was a big fan of Crushed. So he was happy to get a copy of that video.
Right.
What other bands were you a part of? Because I know you've mentioned a couple to me in our conversations.
I was in a band called Gift of Destiny, which was a guitar player from Crushed. He started that.
Yeah.
And we actually won Band of the Year in 2011.
Nice.
With KUPD. I have another band called My Life Sentence. I think I'm still in the band. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
I think I'm still in the band. That's just lack of communication, lack of time?
Well, a lot of us got sober and the band kind of dissolved. But I know they still play. I don't know.
Right.
I see them.
That's it, and it's funny because
it's a bigger shit show than this.
Well, it's funny because I know a lot of musicians that have gotten sober while in the music.
Right.
And the changes
several times.
There you go. The changes that it's made for them in their career. Either they became more dedicated musicians, or they kind of didn't, and they went off to do other things instead.
Like Ozzy said, sobriety sucks.
Sobriety's hard.
It's not hard. It's just hard living, I guess, a normal life, as they say,
Normal.
Slow.
Changes sometimes.
The same monotonous shit every day.
Well, and I mean, I'm not a drinker. Everybody that knows me knows that it's very rare that I'll even have a drink at home, let alone out in public.
See, now that's a problem.
Why? Because I don't drink?
The ones that can have 1 and 2 drinks is the problem.
Oh, see, and I'm very good at that 1 or 2.
My sister does that when I go see her on Sundays.
They make everyone else look bad.
They'll have a drink or 2 and then they'll stop, and I'm like, "You're done."
How do you
There's still booze in the bottle, and
yeah. See, for me growing up, the
house isn't a wreck.
Yeah.
And the cops aren't here yet. I'm like,
it's not a party yet. What happened? I'm the daughter of an alcoholic, and alcoholism runs down both sides of my family line. So
right.
I grew up with the horror stories that my mother told about my father when he was an active drinker. So I learned very early on to control how much I allowed myself to have. I didn't want to be a horror story.
A horror or a horror story?
A horror story.
You didn't want to be a porn horror.
No. Okay, we're going to talk about that because I happen to really dig that song. We'll get into that song. We're going to get into a couple of the songs.
Pay him to go away. That's a joke.
Pay him to go away.
Charlie Sheen said that.
No, I know where it came from, and I totally get it. Sadly, I understand that. So, you were in Crushed. You were in
My Life Sentence.
My Life Sentence. Actually, if you want to talk about those other bands, My Life Sentence, the music's really good. I was just listening to it on Spotify the other week. I was like, damn,
so we can actually go find that out there.
We could probably do a interview or run right into a My Life Sentence interview. There's some good stories in that band.
We need to get that band together and get them on stage. That's totally be interesting. I wonder how many members of Crushed are still around?
We're all still kicking.
Well, I mean, around as in, well, that too, but here in Arizona.
We're all still here. Drummer's actually getting ready to move to New York. I think any week now. I was just texting with him last night. He's still here. So
we need to do this big show all around you and the bands that you've been in, so that
I've been in some good bands.
Well, that's it. I mean, it sounds like
They're
it.
all really good,
I know Crushed was good. Then there's My Life Sentence, and there was the one in between that I've totally lost the name of again. But that had won the award in 2011.
Gift of Destiny.
Gift of Destiny. So 3 bands that have all been really good, and now SHOWMEGOD.
I got the privilege of playing in those bands.
Well, and
Crushed are really good musicians.
Well, but that's the thing. To me, hey, the drummer just showed up. Fantastic. To me, it's all a pleasure.
A little late.
People talk about this as the work that we do, but really, yeah, okay, I'm working when I'm sitting down and interviewing. I'm working at a show, taking those videos and all of that stuff. But God, who wouldn't want this job?
Yeah, I try not to look at it as work, but it is work, especially this, hauling around all that crap.
Right? There's a country music singer, Blaine Larson, has a song out called Yes, Sirree, Bob.
Yes, Sirree, Bob.
And the song is about the guy who holds the towel for the models to change behind. How do you get that job? Right. And that's kind of what I see my life like.
Not male models, right?
Well, if you're a female, it might be, or, depending upon your choices.
Whatever your flavor is,
right?
different
ways, you can be on this side or that side, looking in, looking out.
Or he talks about the conversations that he had with the models as they were changing. Who knew models could be intelligent? Shocking.
Who knew they had heads?
Who says the conversation was intelligent at all?
There you go. So, Bill, let's jump over to you. What's some of your background in the music, other than being Scapegoat?
Well,
Scapegoat, sorry.
I've been here in Phoenix, Mesa, Tempe, Arizona. I went to Evans Elementary with Sage Johnson 42 years ago. So
nice.
I've been here a long time. I knew I was here in the early 90s. I played in a band called jet black.
3 Jacks and a Jill.
And then I left here about the time that Mike's video that we saw yesterday, 94, I was up in Minneapolis playing in a Judas Priest / Fight tribute band up there. Then I came back down here in 99 and hit Boston's and tried to put a flyer out that I was looking to put a project together. And then I went on a...
Okay, I want to come back to that. Putting a flyer out to try and put a band together.
Yeah.
How many
that might
people?
Confuse some people.
Right. I mean, because that's so not heard of
and you
anymore.
actually had to go out and hang flyers.
And actually
flyer
had to
cars and
work
pass out
to get
flyers.
attention.
So this was 99.
You had to actually go out and meet people.
Right. In the late 90s, where did the bands connect with other musicians? Where did musicians connect at?
In the clubs.
At Boston's and other clubs, and on where New Times.
Okay.
And Where It's Hot magazine was out at that time. You remember that one?
Mostly the clubs.
I was going to say the magazines we had, because by that time I was in
Music
Washington.
Voice.
Yeah.
We didn't have the internet. Or, well, we had the internet.
But not everybody had the internet. It wasn't as prevalent by then. Still.
Right.
I remember in that time frame, I was talking on BBS boards. So we didn't have places like Facebook or MySpace or any of that. It was private servers and chat rooms.
Yeah.
So it was a total game changer when the internet came around.
Downer.
Really?
Yeah.
And I'm still not technically savvy.
There's some good things about the internet.
Well, there's some good things about the internet, but it does distance us more. As much as it brings us together,
I like getting out, and I still drive to stores to see if they're open instead of looking on my phone.
Oh, no, I can say I'm lazy. I don't do that. I will, if I'm not sure, I will check.
That's how he does it.
I say, if I even contemplate whether they're open or not, I'll check it. But usually, no, I just get in my car and go.
I'll drive 3 states away to see one of my favorite 80s bands in some dive bar.
I can't say I've ever done that.
We fly all over the country to see bands. That's the way I've always been, since that's why I wanted to play in a band, was to travel. And not be a part of society. Be a gypsy.
See, and that goes to the...
It wasn't so much about the music. It was more about being a free spirit.
Right. That goes into... So, Patrick Flannery talks about how he is carny folk.
Right.
He is that energy, that spirit that likes to be out and about, and that there's a different way of thinking for people like that. Right. And I get that because I have that way of thinking. It's one of the things that drew me to Show Me God is y'all fit right in with my way of life.
Like a pirate or a gypsy,
Right.
A bandit.
Well, and it's...
Nomads.
No... Yeah, you're bringing up all the negative sides or the things that people see negatively. Even gypsies, although quite honestly,
maybe they should look at it
the original, right? The original gypsies.
There's positive in everything, right?
There is, and that's the thing is everybody takes these words and
What's
one
that,
of you,
saying, "What's chaos for the fly is ecstasy for the spider."
Yeah.
You know.
Some of your songs are really good about that. They are really good at making people stop and rethink the standard. Kitty Kitty talks about the female. She's a bitch. She's a, what was it? I can't remember what word was used. I can't remember if it was.
We'd have to ask Donnie.
Well,
That's
I know that's Donnie. I know that's Donnie's song. But anyway,
it's a great song. I love
it. It
that
is
song.
a great song.